The alarm blared at 6:30 a.m., shattering the quiet of Alex's modest suburban home. He groaned, reaching to silence it, but something felt off. The bed was warmer than usual, and the faint scent of jasmine lingered in the air. Wait, that wasn't his cologne. Heart pounding, he sat up and glanced around. There, in the doorway of his guest room, stood his boss, Elena Ramirez, the iron-fisted CEO of Apex Marketing, wearing nothing but his oversized flannel shirt. Her dark hair was tousled, her eyes wide with the same shock mirroring his own. What happened last night?" she whispered, clutching the shirt like a lifeline. "If that opening hooked you, smash that like button right now. It means the world to creators like me, and if you love heartfelt stories that twist your emotions, hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss one." Now, let's dive into how one chaotic night flipped Alex's world upside down. Alex Thompson was a 35-year-old single dad doing his best to juggle a demanding job and raising his 8-year-old daughter, Lily. 2 years ago, his wife, Sarah, had passed away in a car accident, leaving him shattered. He'd thrown himself into work at Apex, where Elena ruled with a reputation for being unapproachable, brilliant, but cold. Colleagues whispered she was married to her career, divorced twice, with no time for nonsense. Alex admired her from afar. She was the reason he'd been promoted to senior analyst, but their interactions were strictly professional. Until the company retreat last night. It had started innocently enough. The team-building event at a lakeside resort involved games, bonfires, and way too much wine. Alex had been venting to a coworker about Lily's school troubles, how she missed her mom, how he felt like he was failing her. Elena, overhearing, surprised him by joining the conversation. "Parenting alone is a battlefield," she'd said softly, her usual sharpness softened by the firelight. They talked for hours, sharing stories Alex never expected from her, her own childhood in a broken home, the pressure of being the first in her family to succeed, the loneliness that came with power. One glass led to another, and before he knew it, they were laughing, then dancing under the stars. The night blurred, a cab ride home because neither could drive, stumbling into his house since her hotel was too far. But the details after that? Foggy at best. Now, in the harsh morning light, embarrassment flooded Alex. "Elena, I mean, Ms. Ramirez, did we?" He trailed off, his face burning as he pulled on a robe. She shook her head quickly, stepping back. "No, nothing like that. I think we just crashed here. You offered the guest room, and I borrowed this." She gestured to the shirt, her cheeks flushing. But then Lily's voice echoed from downstairs, "Dad? Who's up there?" Panic set in. Alex rushed down, Elena following awkwardly, still in his shirt. Lily, with her messy pigtails and curious eyes, stared up at them. "Is she your girlfriend, Dad? She looks pretty." The awkward breakfast that followed could have been a sitcom disaster, but it wasn't. Elena, to Alex's surprise, knelt down to Lily's level. "Hi, I'm Elena, your dad's boss. I had a little too much fun at a work party and needed a place to crash. What's your name?" Lily beamed, chattering about her favorite cartoons while Elena listened like it was the most important meeting of her day. Alex watched, stunned. This was the woman who fired people without blinking? As Elena borrowed clothes from Sarah's old wardrobe, apologizing profusely, they exchanged numbers, just in case. She left with a hurried thank you, but her eyes lingered, hinting at something unspoken. Back at work on Monday, the air crackled with tension. Alex avoided her office, burying himself in reports, but whispers spread, someone had seen them leave the retreat together. Elena called him in, her professional mask firmly in place. "About Friday, we keep this between us. No drama." But her voice wavered, and Alex saw the crack, fear. "Of course," he replied, but added, "You were great with Lily. She hasn't stopped talking about you." Elena's eyes softened. "She's sweet. Reminds me of me at that age, full of questions, no filter. That brief vulnerability sparked something. Over the next weeks, their interactions shifted. Late-night emails about projects turned personal. Alex shared how Sarah's death had left him numb, afraid to let anyone in. Elena confessed her divorces stemmed from walls she'd built to protect herself from hurt. The first real challenge hit when Lily got sick with the flu. Alex had to take time off, juggling doctor visits and work calls. Elena showed up at his door one evening with soup and medicine, unannounced. "I heard from HR, thought you could use a hand." She stayed, reading to Lily while Alex caught up on emails. But as Lily dozed off, Elena opened up more. "I always wanted kids, but life got in the way. Seeing you with her, it's inspiring." Alex felt a pull, but doubt crept in. She was his boss, mixing this could ruin everything. What if this blows up? "I can't risk my job, Lily depends on me." Tensions peaked at a high-stakes client presentation. Alex had prepped for weeks, but Elena critiqued him harshly in front of the team, her old sharpness returning. Hurt, he confronted her after. "Is this because of us? Or am I just another employee?" Tears welled in her eyes. "I'm scared, Alex. If this fails, I lose more than a relationship, I lose control." They argued, emotions raw, his grief clashing with her defenses. He stormed out, questioning if it was worth it. But fate intervened. That night, Lily asked about Elena. "She makes you smile, Dad. Like Mom used to." Those words hit hard. Alex realized he'd been hiding behind his pain, just like Elena behind her title. He texted her, "Let's talk. For real." They met at a quiet park, no titles, just two people bearing their souls. Elena admitted her fear of vulnerability stemmed from a childhood where love was conditional. Alex shared how Sarah's loss taught him life was too short for regrets. They kissed under the moonlight, a tentative promise. The resolution wasn't instant. They navigated HR disclosures carefully. Elena recused herself from his evaluations to avoid conflicts. Challenges lingered, office gossip, Lily's adjustment to a new, figure, Elena's demanding schedule. But they faced them together. Alex helped Elena reconnect with her estranged family, attending a reunion where she finally let her guard down. In return, she supported him through Lily's school play, cheering louder than anyone. Months later, as Alex proposed on the same lakeside where it began, Elena said yes with tears streaming. "You and Lily, you've given me a family I never thought I'd have." Their wedding was small, intimate, with Lily as the flower girl, beaming proudly. In the end, that chaotic morning after didn't just change everything, it reminded them that love often arrives in the messiest packages. It's okay to be vulnerable, to let someone in despite the risks. Life's too unpredictable to play it safe. So, if this story touched you, remember, second chances are out there. Like, subscribe, and share your own stories in the comments. Who knows, yours might inspire the next one. Thanks for watching.